Alright, car's all packed up and heading out to do a backcountry camp up at my buddy and I's camp in the Adirondacks. We'll get back to you when we get camp set up. I guess he's already been out there and got his stuff set up, and usually we hike in, but I had some pack issues, so we're going to use his dad's 4x or side-by-side to haul gear in. Alright, we'll get back to you. Well, we made it. My buddy's already got his stuff set up. Still got to set mine up. Kind of looks like the spot over here that I tried to dig out and make level isn't going to work out so well. But that's alright. I guess over in here. Who knows? Alright, I'm going to set up my tent. Grab something to eat. Get back at you later. Alright, so I already showed you part of this. That's my buddy's tent. There's some of our wood, which is wood over there. Over there, there's wood all over behind us. There's our fire pit. Here's a look at my shelter before I put the rain fly on. It's a little uneven, so there's a possibility I might roll out of my cot again, which I guess I'm okay with. But so here we go. Not bad for an Ozark Trail $10 saw, $15 saw.
No, not bad at all.
That's okay.
So how many were you going to cut up, you thinking?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Like I said, we can feed a lot of it.
Okay.
Alright. Here's a test on the saw. Does its
Works
job.
good. Yep.
Bigfoot over there. Alright, so this one's going to be different. Somebody made a comment about the guys who saw wood forever in their videos, and then they get a fire going, and they open up their beer and they take a sip and go, ah. And somebody on Bushcraft USA, I won't mention his name, said he wants to see somebody open the beer, slam it, and burp. So I'm not doing an IPA, good old American Budweiser, and here we go. I don't think I'm going to get the belch, and that's the best I can do for chugging. That's all you're getting for a burp right now. Maybe later after some chili mac, I'll film a fart. All right. Really quick, let's get this out of the way with. My wife said I was going to bring a lot of knives, and I said no. She's right. I got the machete. I got my Camillus titanium, my SRK, and my EDC everyday folder. So she can get a good chuckle. And there's actually one other one in here that I bought for you.
Oh, really? Thank you. Appreciate that. You didn't have to do that.
Well, they're good knives. I figured I tested it out and I put a better edge on it for you.
Yep. Nice.
They're good knives for the price.
I've heard of Camillus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good knives.
Yeah, they are.
That thing will baton, it'll throw sparks from a ferro rod, it'll cut steak.
Yeah.
And it'll cut your finger right now with the edge that's on it.
What
So
do you
be
use
careful.
to sharpen it? Like, you got a sharpening stone, or do you have a specific one you use?
I have a whetstone with two sides,
Okay.
and I built a strop out of an old belt and a piece of 2x4
Okay.
to do finishing touches on.
Cool.
I was actually going to bring that with me and put a little bit of a better edge on my folder, but I already got enough crap to carry. All right, I think that's it.
Well, I appreciate this. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. This is his parents' land, so
Yep.
I'm always thinking about them. They're awesome people. So I was in there the other day, they only had the one left, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna grab it for Mike.
No, I appreciate that.
And then because there's two of them, I put a little mark on the end of yours,
Oh, okay.
and also the sheaths are different. There was a factory goof up.
Really?
Yeah, here, I'll show you. Mine's on the pack. On mine,
Yep.
the strap is down here,
Yep.
so I can fit it on this belt.
Oh, okay.
This one, it's up higher, so it'll fit on a 2-inch belt, but it won't fit on a web belt.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I figured
no problem.
gonna be out here, everybody's got to have a good knife.
Yep.
I would actually, exception of the handles a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Now I got the burps coming out. I would say it's pretty close to basic Mora 511. I mean, the Mora is going to be a better knife. It's going to be a little bit more durable, but
Yeah.
the handle's mainly the thing.
What's this handle made out of?
Just a synthetic rubber,
Okay.
but it's comfortable.
Yep.
Mine, that one, the only thing I did was check the sharpness on the spine a little bit and some minor batoning, but I batoned like an idiot, and I got tired because I decided I wanted to baton like a 5-inch thick piece of wood when we were at Shaw's,
Oh, okay.
using that.
Yep.
And never hurt the edge, never hurt the knife, but I used hardwood. I think
Yep.
I was trying to go through, I don't remember what it was. And I got 3/4 of the way through and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot how much work it is to go through and baton a piece of wood that's 5 inches thick.
Yeah.
I was like, no. I actually videoed it, but it never made the cut into that because
Oh,
I
okay.
bailed on it. I didn't succeed.
Right.
You don't win them all. All right, I think we're gonna sit here and shoot the shit and have a couple more beers.
Yep.
And then I'll get a fire going and we'll have some chili mac later.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so we got the latrine dug over there. I got my wood staged. And we got plenty of smaller stuff that we can just break with our knee. Or just feed it in, not a big deal. I just wanted to give that saw a little bit of a test. It's 3:20 right now, so it's going to be a little bit time, and then I'll get the fire going. We had some lunch. I had a couple of beef sticks and some cheese. My buddy heated up some clam chowder. I already got crickets out. It's pretty weird. Not used to hearing them up here. But here it is. Welcome to the Dax, folks. Oh, and we have that. I don't know if that'll get today or tomorrow. It'll come out later, but we'll see. So, I remembered to bring extra knives, but I forgot cordage. Big oops. I almost always have cordage on me. So, what I did, some of these tie outs for this tent are useless. These are the only ones that would really give you circulation. So I took one of those off. We got it over here. So, cordage. Drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. Scary black rifle. Ooh, scary. Little tiny bullets in the scary black rifle. Ooh. Huh. Oh, my bark broke.
Your bark broke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time for bug spray.
Yeah, I got that over here. So that's kind of used as a starting thing for it?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a piece of fat wood.
Okay.
Just make some shavings. Most of that wood seems pretty dry, so I don't think I'm going to need a bunch, but still get a little bit more out of here. Okay, time out. Bugs are killing me right now. Okay. Sorry about that, folks.
pretty good. You're getting good at that. 'Cause that didn't take long.
That stuff works really well. Even if I did cheat and buy it. The stuff that we picked up over at Kier,
Yeah.
and I used that. That didn't last long. By the time I got done, for like a piece that was not even the size of that piece that I just had,
Yeah.
it was just a lot of scraping and carving.
Yep.
And by the time I did some shavings off of it, it was like a toothpick. So.
Oh, okay. Let me get it.
I wouldn't reach in there.
Yeah, it will eventually burn on its own.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we picked a good weekend to do this because the wood's going to be dry. I mean, it's dry now, and like I said, shouldn't rain this weekend, so
Should be good.
yep.
It's a little damp, it's smoking, but
Yeah, because we had rain here on Wednesday, and then Thursday was dry, and then today's dry, so.
That could leave a mark.
So you trying to get a good bed of coals going and then put the chili mac right on top, or?
I'm just gonna do the stove for the chili mac.
Okay.
Because like I said, I didn't bring a big enough pan to put it all in at once.
Okay.
So we'll kind of have to each cook.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I reckon we got fire. All right, let's make some bannock. Olive oil for the pan. Dry mix. I made some homemade chili mac yesterday that I brought up in advance. Well, I made it in advance and I brought it up here. So this bannock's got some onion powder and some garlic powder in there. And I figure that'll go good with some chili mac for dinner. smell that garlic. Need smell-o-vision. This is the first time my buddy Mike over there has ever had bannock, so I hope I do this justice. All this is for a base is just some basic flour, a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, cracked black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. That's it. No butter, no milk, none of that. Alright, give me a second here so I can get the fire going and we'll get back. See? Now, put that oil on there, throw it in the fire, and that stick will take off like magic. Really shouldn't have done that. I'm out here in the woods. Alright. Oh, excuse me. And there's your burp, Gotti. Just a tip, putting this in this kind of a Ziploc bag, and then you snip the tip, really helps with cleanup with your hands. And when the bag splits, then that's where you get your issue, but that's okay. We'll still get it done. Alright, I gotta throw this out. I'll be back. You getting the smoke, Mike?
Yeah, get the smoke. Try to move the chair. stopped in one of the moonshine facilities where they're making moonshine.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool because the distillery's like on one section of the building, they got like some screen doors closing that off, but you can actually see the vats of like the barley they're using, and it's all like in this huge thing. And then they got another section where they actually got the distillery going, and they're refining everything, and it looks just like water. And they kind of got water coming through these like different pipes, and they're coming down through. And I did some research on like how moonshine's made. I was just curious, and it looks just like water.
Yeah, it's crystal clear.
Yeah.
It'll just kick your ass when you're drinking it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put a warning on this because there might be language like this. We're two grown adults in the woods. Yeah, I was telling you when you were talking that my brother used to make it in his kitchen.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned corn with whiskey using corn silage.
Yeah.
Man, that shit would knock you on your ass.
Oh yeah.
But the stuff that they make now, it's kind of like, I was talking to you about apple pie too, where they take a bunch of different high volume liquors.
Right.
And then they make it taste like apple pie.
Yeah.
Stuff's awesome, but you got to be careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, here comes the tricky part. Can I do this with a spork? No. Yes, yes. Oh, little bit of a mess. Teamwork. My buddy's tending to the fire. I'm cooking bannock. While this is cooking, I want to refer back to when I was getting ready to process the wood and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff we can break with our knee, or we can just feed in there. There's not a lot of reason to cut a ton of wood up with the saw, but I hadn't used that saw before, so I did want to see if it worked. And for a measly little Ozark Trail saw, I think that's going to serve its purpose for me for a lot of years. So yeah, cheap doesn't always mean bad. I really don't want to wipe this on my pants. I already got some on there, and being out here in the woods, that's not a good thing to do. There hasn't been bears, I guess, in the area in a while. But we do have coyotes that get frisky every once in a while, which is why the firearm was brought. And just so you know, coyote season in New York is not open, but I'm pretty sure if they came in and I put a round in the ground, it should scare them away. So don't be thinking we're doing stupid illegal shit. Because if anybody knows me, they know damn well I don't mess around with hunting laws. If it's not by the book, don't be expecting to come hanging around in my party. Yeah, that should be good. A little bit crispy on the bottom, but I like it that way. Alright. Let's get this off. And let's just put that over there for now. And I don't know if I have a place to keep this so it doesn't continue to cook and burn. Alright, there's our bannock. There's a little piece that didn't make it. And in a little while here, we're going to be cooking up our chili mac, and we'll get back to you when we do that. Alright, so got some chili mac, homemade chili mac that I made up yesterday in advance. My buddy's over there setting up his stove. Gonna get to cooking us some dinner. Oop, don't want that on the ground. I think that's going to be probably more than enough for me. Mike is setting his up over there. And yeah, we're using our stoves. Kind of just want the fire to be a fire. Yeah. Tomorrow night we got some steaks we're gonna cook using some fire. Very hard to regulate these stoves as far as heat goes, so you really got to be on top of it. You got to pay attention. Maybe I'll get the belch out of this one. Good. Just put the lid on that. Let it sit for a little bit. All right, we'll get back to you when both of us are getting ready to eat and we crack into that bannock. Excuse me. See, should have had the camera the other way. All right, so we're getting ready to eat dinner. We heated up the chili mac. And I'm gonna videotape my buddy eating bannock for the first time.
That's good.
Is it? All right, Mike, just gotta come over here and break yourself off a chunk.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the fire in the frame for this, but I'm not even sure if you can hear me over there. But that's
This is really good. This bannock.
You like it?
Mm.
Oh, and here's another thing for somebody on the website that said, don't film yourself eating.
Mm-hmm. Chili mac's good too.
Thank you.
Yep.
I really almost want to try taking some pepperoni,
Mm-hmm.
mozzarella cheese, and some pizza sauce,
Yep.
and making like a rollover or something to that extent. I was telling you about it earlier.
Okay.
That, you know, there's not a lot of limitations to this stuff. You can do anything. You can use it as a hamburger roll, all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
So
No, it's very good.
this right here, if you can hear me, this is a backwoods bushcraft end table. You don't build it, you use what's around you. Now the smoke's blowing at me. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off. We're gonna finish eating. Like I said, I don't know if you can hear me this far away. Kinda don't care. At this point, I'm just enjoying being here. And we'll get back to you later. I'll be, once it gets dark, with the fire going. Alright. This is what it's about. Being out there. That's a big ass porcupine right there. Gonna have to keep our eyes and ears open for that little fucker.
most of our food is
Alright, gonna keep an eye on them, but for now, I actually came over here to take a picture of the sun coming through the trees in that little red spot right there, but that's still pretty. That's not. Alright. Just sitting here. We've been talking about whiskey and moonshine and beers. Feeding this fire here and there. Well, you already saw the video of that giant porcupine, and he hasn't left, so he's over there somewhere. That's a little bit of a concern, but it is what it is. Pitch black. No neighbors, no light poles, no bathrooms. The bathroom is back there. Hope you guys are enjoying at least something tonight. Alright, so we're letting the fire burn down. A little buddy over there doesn't seem to be in the trees. We can hear him on the ground. That's a bear cub sized porcupine. I know my phone didn't do it justice, but that was a big porcupine. But since we've had a hoot owl, and thankfully it just decided it doesn't want to smack me upside the head with its wing, coming around the area. So, yeah, just another night in the Adirondacks, I guess. Having a good time, letting the fire burn down. We moved the garbage and stuff a little farther away. So hopefully Mr. Prickly Pear will stay away, because I really don't want to have to do anything drastic. But yeah, still enjoying this time up here. It's time to get up. It's 7 o'clock. To use the pea tree. And I don't know. Maybe I'll go do some bushy tail hunting. We'll see. Definitely need a glass of water. Good morning, folks. It's a new day. Been moseying around here for half an hour, 45 minutes. Did a big loop from around our camp. I'm heading back that way now. A lot of songbirds over in here. Down and back that way. No sign of that raccoon. I'm glad it left our camp alone. Nothing was overturned or anything. I was a little concerned about that. Finished making my way back to camp. Down around through this gully and then back up. And then I think I'm gonna have some coffee. Sounds like a good idea. I'd rather be having some squirrel to go with my coffee, but you can't win them all. And you certainly can't do it without being out. Alright, we'll get back to you later. Heating up some water for some coffee. I just took a walk over to go to the bathroom by our pea tree, and I spooked 2 deer right out of down there that weren't there half an hour ago when I came back up through there from squirrel hunting. They barked at me. They were not happy. One of them ran. Down in there, and the other one was right over here, maybe 20 yards from me. I pulled out my phone and I tried to get the camera going, and I snapped a twig, and they barked again and took off. That was cool. That was a couple of pissed off does right there. Breakfast of Champions, dollar store span. It's lunch, and then I guess it'll be time to do some hiking. Ooh, little bullets. Ooh, scary black gun with little bullets. I got a couple cans set up down there, but with only one camera, I really can't set up much different.
That actually shoot?
Didn't sound right, did it?
No.
That is this ammo. Yeah, it doesn't even sound right. I bet it's this ammo.
Yeah, because I know 22s, they sound louder than that.
Yeah, I mean, I hit the cans.
Yep.
All right, technical difficulty. I gotta go get other ammo. Okay, now we got some actual real ammo. I just tested to make sure it wasn't a firearm. Want to give it a shot?
Sure. Show me the CC.
There's 4 shells left in there. Try to put the little dot right on the can.
Yep.
And then that's safe. Flip that up. Slowly shoot it there.
Okay. You want to move that other can?
No, it's fine.
Leave it. That was 4, right?
Yeah. If you tip it over, Mike, the thing should have stayed open.
I tip it over.
This side, when it's empty, that should have stayed open.
Oh, okay. So we still got one more in there. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I try to aim the red dot right on the can.
It might be out of sync.
Yeah, it could be. Let's check that. Now,
Rough, Mike.
how many are in?
5.
Okay, so you want me to just shoot 3 and then...
You can shoot 5, and then I'll shoot 5, and then we'll call it.
I wonder if I can stand. What do you think?
Give it a shot. I don't think it could be off that much, dude.
No, it shouldn't.
Go take a look at some holes here. Okay. Usually, even with a 22, air rifle, anything, you hit a beer can, it moves. Maybe because this is non-leaded, no alcohol beer. Who knows? The can wasn't moving, but it was getting tagged. All right, that's it. The ammo we're using now is actually good hunting ammo, so gonna try to save the rest of it. All right, we'll get back to you probably for cooking dinner. Fire prep number 2. And just so my wife can't laugh at me for bringing too many knives, I'm gonna use a different knife tonight. my tent. So warm.
got to be careful of the wind.
Yeah. Blowing right toward my tent too.
Going from this direction. So that other stuff you cut up there, were you going to put that in too?
I haven't decided yet. That's some pieces of fat wood.
Okay.
Might throw it in there just to help.
Yeah.
Get it heated a little faster since we're going to be cooking a little bit. And again, just like that, we got fire. So this is what we got for dinner tonight. A couple of nice steaks. We'll be cooking them over the fire. It's gonna be good. Alright, so we're gonna do a little bit of a different method here on making some Uncle Ben's rice in the bush. We're gonna boil up some water and then set our packs in there and let them heat up while we're cooking our steaks. Alright, there's the water. I have never tried this before. I saw it on YouTube. So we'll see. Alright, we'll get back to you once the water's done boiling. Alright. Steak here. Bloody hands. I have to make sure I wash that up pretty good. Salt. Don't want that pine crap in there. Pepper. For that side. Oh, not much pepper in that pack. Maybe it didn't rip open. There you go. Got some olive oil I'm going to put on there and some mushrooms I'm going to throw in. And we'll get back to you when we're going to cook these steaks up. Alright. Alright, so like I said, we got a little olive oil on my steak over there. This is my first time trying this method. I'm not positive how this is going to work. It is a little bit chilly out here, but we're going to give this method a shot. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Yeah. I think it's that hot. So my buddy's got roasted chicken. Okay, let's take that off the stove. And let's move the stove. And I've got some Spanish rice because I brought a can of chicken because the steaks were last minute. And let's drop that in there too. Now these are supposed to heat up according to a certain infamous YouTuber. And we'll see. And now we're going to cook some steaks. Get ready for this one. Alright. I don't have a grate that's wide enough to go over this. So here's what we're going to do to cook our steaks. We got a couple of logs we're going to lay over the coals. You can go ahead and put them on now, Mike. Sorry, your pan's smaller, so you can go over here.
Yep.
Now we're hoping our steaks don't end up in the fire trying to do this. But this should make a grate that will work long enough without catching on fire to cook our steaks. And my steak's gonna cook fast because I like my steak bloody. Would you dump all the sauce and everything in there? The blood?
Some of the blood, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna make a mess.
I figured by like cooking, kind of get some of that blood in there to kind of dissipate.
There's lots of heat coming off of that from up at this area. I'm really not gonna bore you with sitting here watching this entire process. But we'll get back to you when the steaks are done. Change of plans. It's probably gonna take too long, so we're just gonna put our pans right down in the coals. Plus, that gives us a couple more pieces of firewood later. hotter coals. Yeah, maybe not.
We'll see.
Alright. I think I forgot to turn this off. Alright. Steaks are done. Got the fire going. Gonna eat. A little bit of Frank's to go on my rice. Yeah, that method didn't work so well with heating up the rice in these kind of temperatures. But I'm hungry, so screw it. Alright. Alright, so gonna try one of my buddy's home brews here. I've put a link to his channel before. I'll put a link in again. He brews his own beer at home. What is this one, Mike?
That is a Belgian Saison.
Belgian Saison.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
So we're gonna check this out and see how it is. Some pretty high alcohol content, so
Yep.
I might not see it until Wednesday. So yeah. I think this will probably be the closer for this video. It's definitely the last video for the fire. We had a decent trip. We cooked some good food. I got a squirrel hunt in. Didn't see any bushy tails, but up here there's really not a lot of them. But it was still good to get out. We saw a giant ass freaking porcupine climbing up a tree right over there. We had turkeys walking all over the place until today when we decided to go down and shoot the 22 for a little while. I had some does bark at me this morning when I spooked them right behind the camp after I got done with my hunt. I enjoyed a nice brew that my buddy made. I'll make sure I put a link to his channel down below. And we got some cleanup to do tomorrow. We had some nice fires, did some firecrafts. We had to do some some improv, using some, well, Mike had to use some boot laces to do some things, and I got some cordage off my tent because I forgot to bring some, which is weird. It's one thing I always have. But we got by. We did what we needed to get done. We improvised where we needed to, and we made use of what we had. Yeah, that's about it. Still gonna do a little shout out to the Bushcraft USA folks. That site, since I've joined it, has kind of pushed me to get out here, and instead of just coming out here and just getting the fire going, to get my fires going with different things, and you know, to cook different method, to cook in different ways, and so there's all that. Now I got a Yingling over here that I'm about to open, and we're gonna enjoy the rest of the night with this fire. And I hope at some point this weekend y'all got out and did something, even if it's no more than a hike. Getting out is getting out. Alright. Well, all cleaned up, getting ready to go back to civilization. It's a good weekend. Enjoyed it. Campfire. Seen some deer, porcupines, spears, good food. Great weekend. Alright. Thanks for watching.